Hi everybody, so I am currently in the airport of Taipei after a long series of flights, but I made it to Taiwan and that's where I'm going to be spending the next couple of weeks. So after I get probably about a hour-long nap, I'm going to begin my Taiwan adventure. Here is a cute cartoon at the airport telling people not to talk about bombs. I just got to the country and I found my first air defense shelter. I'm gonna stay in Taipei for the first 5 nights of my trip. That'll include being in Taipei and taking day trips from here, which from what I've read online, there are quite a few to choose from. And I looked at the forecast and it looks like it's gonna be raining for basically that entire time. So that sucks, but at least it's not gonna be as hot as it usually is. One cool thing about Taiwan is that it has apparently has a bunch of temples all over the place. So far I've seen a couple and I don't think many of them have even appeared on Google Maps. So that's how common these things are. I haven't been keeping up with recent SpongeBob lore, but if this is canon, let me know. I've been walking around town all morning and so far I really like it. It's quite a colorful city. And there's a lot of graffiti, which I'm a fan of. The only problem has been the amount of rain that we've had here has made it a bit difficult to walk on some of the surfaces without slipping. So that's only a minor complaint. But yeah, now I am walking over to the train station to do one of those day trips that I was mentioning. I just took the train over to Keelung, which is the nearby port town. It has a population of about 300,000 or so, I think I read. And yeah, it's one of the most popular day trips from Taipei, so let's see why. One thing I like about Taiwan is that a lot of the walkways seem to be covered. So that helps both when it's raining and when it is very sunny, which is like pretty much all the time in Taiwan. I just randomly stumbled upon this Buddhist temple. It's very beautiful. I don't know if it's disrespectful to film it or not, but I didn't see a sign outside telling me not to. Right now I'm walking through Keelung's famous night market, but I'm doing it during the day, which feels dirty. Well, I climbed up a very big hill in order to see this thing, as well as to see this view, and I would say that it was worth it. My last plan for today is to wait for this bus and then see some pretty big rocks. Check it out. So these are the rocks that I came all this way to see. As you can see, they're not like other rocks. They've got some pretty cool shapes. They're pretty special rocks. So far, Taiwan has been unbelievably rainy. Yesterday it rained for about 12 hours straight, very hard. And right now I'm taking advantage of the fact that it's not raining because in another couple of hours that's gonna start up again. So yeah, right now I am walking around Taipei, and I'll probably just do that today because then when it rains, I'll probably just go inside to like some mall or something to kill some time, and then explore it a bit more when it's not raining. I've been wanting to visit Taiwan sooner rather than later, for obvious reasons. I regret not going to see Ukraine before the war started there. I guess I could still go there, but I'm too much of a pussy. I was just walking around minding my own business, and some woman came up to me and touched my arm and offered to sell me Happy for $30. Here's a temple called the Lungshan Temple, I believe it's called. Of all the temples that are in Taiwan, this is apparently the biggest and most famous. This temple is so fancy that it even has its own waterfalls, and it also has some carp down there. Here's a closer look at the temple from the inside. Looks like the rain is coming in pretty soon. But before it gets here, I'm checking out this botanical garden that they have. And over here we have some succulent plants. So RIP to the succulent Chinese meal guy. Over there, and he's looking at that squirrel. I am currently in a Capybara cafe, which Taiwan is particularly known for, and I am about to play with some capybaras, so I've never been more excited in my life.
来了就好。他给他的那一副给我。他说下雨不想出来。好，那我先。What's up, little guy? So it seems that only one of them wants to play. The other one's kind of just hanging out in the corner over there. Whoa, wow. Today I'm going to take this metro train to Taipei Zoo, and there should be a tea farm pretty close to there, so I'll check that out. I just got to the zoo, and there's a gondola ride nearby, and apparently that is what takes me up to the tea farm, and that will be what I will do in a few minutes. Somehow I got this entire gondola to myself, and I will first go to a temple that should be about a mile away, and then after that I will go to some famous tea farm, and in the distance over there you can see Taipei with Taipei 101 right in the background there. I'm currently looking out for some water to drink. I've been sweating a whole bunch today, even though it's not even that late in the day. Taiwan is one of the most humid places I've ever been, by a pretty long shot. I don't want to be one of those white guys who pretends to be into Buddhism, but I mean, look at this temple. These temples are really nice. I get it. I'm just about to drink some tea, and I'm at a tea shop that is in the middle of the tea farms. That cafe was very nice. I ended up talking with the owners for quite a while, all through Google Translate, of course.
And they were very friendly, and they recommended seeing some scenic areas around here, like this one right over here. Check that out. I'm walking through this trail that goes through the woods around here, and it's supposed to start raining again soon. So I didn't want to stray too far from, civilization, but if you're watching this video, it means that I survived. Poor little guy's only got one eye. He's still very cute. It's crazy that over there in the distance you have one of the tallest towers in the world, and then over here they're just growing stuff. Well, I'm back on the gondola, and before I call it a day, I think I'm going to hit up the Taipei Zoo, assuming that the rain doesn't get in the way of that. So because this zoo is so big, they have a bus system that goes between the different exhibits that they have. I'm hoping to not use the bus too much and kind of walk between the exhibits if possible, but we'll see if I can do that. But anyway, I'm off to see some penguins. Got some otters here running around somewhere. I couldn't see much else at the zoo because of the rain, but at least I got to see the penguins, and honestly, those are pretty much the entire reason to go to the zoo anyway. Taiwan is pretty substantially richer than China, at least on a per capita basis, and this comes down to the fact that Taiwan has a massive semiconductor industry that the US helps to subsidize. And last year I visited both mainland China and Hong Kong, and Taiwan is much easier to visit than mainland China is, in large part because you don't need a visa as an American to be here, but also because the payment systems are a lot more complicated in China than they are in Taiwan. In fairness to China, I have noticed that there are quite a few more homeless people on the streets in Taiwan than there are in mainland China. Still not as much as what we have in the US, but I believe that if they tried, Taiwan could catch up to us. The other day I got to play with some capybaras at a capybara cafe, and today I'm just about to play with some meerkats at a meerkat cafe, which you can see right over there. Oh, okay, okay. I'm now in Taipei 101, which is the most famous building in Taiwan. And this is the view that you get from here. Fun fact about Taipei 101 is that it actually has 106 stories. So you get a little extra for your money. There's this massive ball that's hanging from the ceiling here. And if I understand it correctly, it's used to help stabilize the Taipei 101 building during typhoons and earthquakes, which Taiwan gets a lot of. This is my last full day in Taipei, and I was originally thinking of doing some more day trips from Taipei, but to be honest, I've been feeling kind of lazy, and I kind of just like exploring Taipei as it is. So I don't know how much I'm actually going to record today. I don't really have any specific plans Probably just see some random shit. You know that Taiwan is an Asian country because over there there's a 7-Eleven, and over there there's another one. A while back, Taiwan was actually colonized by Japan, and so because of that, the two countries are thought to be culturally similar. But one major difference between the two is that Taiwan has a lot more graffiti than Japan does. Taiwan's a pretty cool country. You should visit if you can. And over there is the building where the president of Taiwan lives. And unfortunately, I don't think I can get very close to it because they've got some sort of construction going on. Apparently, that is a concert hall. That is a theater. And that is a library. I haven't looked into it, but I guess this guy's the Taiwanese Abraham Lincoln. Yesterday when I was at that meerkat cafe, I was talking with an American couple, and they were very nice. It was fun to talk with them, but they said that they were visiting several different Asian countries within the span of 2 weeks. I think they said that they have 8 flights in total, and look, I'm not going to tell anyone how they should travel, but you shouldn't fucking travel like that. I'm about to take the bus to the next town, which is called Yilan, and it took a little while to find this bus stop because this bus station actually has, I think it's 3 different floors of buses. So yeah, that was a little bit of a challenge. I've been walking around this town for about a mile, and so far I still haven't seen anywhere to throw away these 2 things that I've been holding on to. This is what the flag of Taiwan looks like. I've been seeing a lot of them around here. People here seem pretty insistent on not being China. One of my favorite things about Eastern Asia is all the rice fields that they have here. I like them so much more than the stupid cornfields that we have in the US. With all the rain that we've been having here, I'm kind of curious to know just how much rain is too much for the little rice. Because when I see all the flooding that there's been in these fields, I kind of feel bad for them. Well, it's starting to storm a little bit, and I found a bench under a bridge. So I'm gonna sit here for a little bit and rest my feet. And then I will head my way over to the train station again, where I will go on to the next town, which is called Hualien. I am now in the city of Hualien, and I am here for 2 nights. I booked that because my original plan was to go to a nearby gorge, which is apparently the most famous natural attraction in Taiwan. But as I found out earlier, the gorge is currently closed because of an earthquake that they had recently, and so it's considered like dangerous to go there. So instead, I will be just going around town and improvising today. From what I've read, a lot of the city's economy is dependent on the tourism money that comes in from the gorge, and now that that's closed, they're asking people to still visit the city and just do other shit around here. So I like to think that I'm doing my service by visiting here and buying random shit from 7-Eleven. I just went to a cafe that had a picture of a corgi on the outside, so I was thinking like, oh, this is a corgi cafe. So I went inside and there were no corgis there. It was just a regular cafe, but the tea's good, so no complaints. I've been walking towards the outskirts of town because over there's a trail that goes up that mountain a little bit. So I figure that if I can't do the gorge, this is probably the next best thing. Get a load of this temple that I found. Honestly, I think that if churches had dragons and shit, I'd probably be religious too. seriously, this is just like a random ass temple. It's not even like advertised. That's how fucking awesome these temples are. I just walked over an hour to get to this trail, and apparently it's rated only 1 star. But it also looks like there's some monkeys here. So I have mixed expectations about this trail. This is really nice. The trail comes with a free long stick, which apparently I should use to keep the snakes away. I just heard a loud sound come from the forest. I have no idea what animal it was, but hey, at least I got this long stick to fight it off. I just spent about half an hour at that waterfall talking with some dudes who were there. It's a pretty solid waterfall. Overall, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 as far as waterfalls go. Last night, I really didn't get much sleep. And then today, I walked around way too much in the sun without drinking enough water. So that combination of things has kind of taken a toll on me. But nothing can hold me back from casual walking. The east coast of Taiwan is not nearly as populated as the west coast. But having said that, a lot of people come here specifically to bike along the coast. There's this trail that goes along a significant portion of it, and you get to enjoy just spectacular views of both the ocean and the mountains that are, right next to it. Here's the town's night market. I'll probably check it out for a few minutes and then call it a night. Today I'm going down to a town called Taitung, and I know nothing about it, so I'm curious to see what it's like. Here I am in the town of Taitung. Earlier I called it Taichung, but that's a different town. Towns are very confusingly named around here. I'm a fan of this town so far. You got non-threatening stray dogs, and you have a decommissioned train station. Really, what more could you ask for? In pretty much all the towns that I've been in so far, there's been a railroad track that is no longer in use. And because of that, that's been turned into a very nice trail that goes through town with a lot of greenery and whatnot. There are 2 different convenience stores that you find everywhere in Taiwan. One is 7-Eleven, and the other one is one called Family Mart. So the question is, which one's better? My money is on 7-Eleven, because typically when you go into the convenience store, at least in my experience, it's to get something to drink. And 7-Eleven has these larger bottles of tea that you can buy, whereas I don't think I've really seen that option available in Family Marts. Usually they have something like this, which is still good, but it feels like you're not getting as much for what you're paying for. So if you're coming to Taiwan, you should get some 7-Eleven stuff. Let me be clear. If you like your cake, you can keep it. Sorry, dude, I don't have any food for you. I'm sorry. Yeah, shut up. I just hiked all the way up this mountain, And I thought that this would be a good time to rest, but I got some company. Some girl just came up to me and asked if I was single, and I said no. And I've only had that happen a couple of times in my life, and it's all been overseas. So I get why horny dudes travel. It's been raining a lot again today, and I heard someone say that it was coming from a typhoon. Now, I did see the other day that there was a typhoon forming off of the coast of Taiwan, but at the time, at least, it said that it wasn't supposed to hit Taiwan. So I'm probably in the middle of a typhoon right now, and I don't even know for sure. I think it's funny not to check, so I'm not even gonna look online to see if this is a typhoon or not. Either way, I'm off to the beach. Here is the beach during what's either a typhoon or just a regular storm. If you're curious to see if this is a typhoon, Google, did Taiwan get hit by a typhoon on September 29th, 2024? That's today's day. So I changed my mind. I did look up to see whether this is a typhoon or not, and the answer is sort of. It's kind of weird because it looks like it's coming from one of the outer bands of the typhoon, but like the outer band somehow got like detached from the rest of it. So I don't know if this counts as a typhoon or not, because if it does, this is my third typhoon that I've been in. Back at my Airbnb for the evening, and I realized that I've already filmed quite a lot, and I'm only halfway through my Taiwan journey. So I'm gonna split this video up into 2 parts, and then the second part will be about my second week in Taiwan. So for now, bye.